Aloha! Welcome to another video on the Rosy Life. I'm so glad that you're here. I am filming this in Hawaii, and I'm actually on the island of Kauai, and I've already been here for a while. So I wanted to do a video though because I have just so many wonderful success stories, but I wanted to share something with you all. And we're going to deep dive into this a little bit today and probably do follow-up videos as well. But one one person has shared her story with me, and she's a client, and she's in some sessions with me. She's also in our membership group on the YouTube channel, and she shared with me. I remember seeing her in the membership channel. This was several months ago, and she was really fighting herself. She was really fighting to understand who she is. She understood, like, she could repeat, like many of us, right? She could repeat all the right words. I am source. I know I'm all that is. Time's a concept. Blah, blah, blah. Embody. Shift to realities. Be the person that has it. Like, she would quote everything perfectly to the T. And then she would ask a question, either in a session or the membership channel. And the question was always like the complete opposite of all the things that she was saying. Like, like she would say that she's source and that she understands all this, but the questions always indicated that she did not understand what she was saying. And I've been catching that a lot lately with my clients, which is why I want to bring this up, because it's not about saying the right words. It's not about saying I am. It's the I am method. It's like, what the hell? It's not a freaking method. Or like, I am source. Like, rest in source and do nothing. And then I get people say, does that mean I literally do nothing? Or do I take concrete actions? And I'm like, what the heck? When I see those questions, I'm like, okay, so you really don't know who you are. And this is remembering who you are. Remembering who you are does not involve doing something, does not involve a technique or doing something to remember who you are, because if it involved doing something, then that doing, whatever it is, an affirmation or technique or meditation, that thing would be powerful. It would be more powerful than you, because you're the one that sources up any technique or affirmation or meditation, remember? So it's a little bit windy here, so trying to keep my setup intact to talk to you guys. If it falls over, just know I'm going to pick it up. Okay, but it's not going to fall over because I said so. All right, so knowing who you are is not something that you do. Remembering who you are is not something you do. How do I know who I am? It's a recognition of who you are. So there's no doing involved. It's just an acknowledgement of who you are. So I noticed that this person would ask questions, and you can see how she was just like fighting herself, really thinking that there was something more to do. And once she started really understanding the simplicity of who she is, just by, when we would talk, or the questions she would answer in the membership channel were very helpful for her and everybody else. And I would just ask her, like, who are you? And who's the one asking these questions? So fast forward, I actually did a video about her, and she was the one that would just sit on her couch, and she said, I already have everything. So she just sat on her couch and pet her dog. And then that night, it was about SPs, and a lot of wonderful things started unfolding because she stopped trying. She stopped forcing. She stopped trying to figure things out and just accept that she already has everything and is everything. So maybe many of you have watched that video already. But she had two other things. She had like three things. And the other thing that she had been consistently for a while saying that she wants to be famous. She's an actress. She's a former nurse, and she's like, I just don't want to be a nurse anymore. But she was afraid to quit her job because of income. Like many of you, you're like, I'm afraid I need the money first before I make a move. It's not about, do I do this? Do I not do that? Do I quit this job? Do I start a job? Do I stay? This is how a lot of you guys get caught up in the doing and what do I do? What do I don't do? And like I told her, I said, it has nothing to do with what you're doing or not doing. It's you deciding that that's who you are, period. So she started seeing herself as the actress that she wants to be. And she was like, no, that's who I said I am. And she ended up, I believe she ended up quitting her job. However, the story that she sent me is that she has gotten multiple roles already, and that she has been invited to audition. She has been casted in different roles. And on top of that, she recently was cast in a blockbuster movie that's not out. It's not released yet, so she asked me to keep the name of it private because she's not allowed to talk about it. So she said she's been cast in a blockbuster movie now. She's been invited to red carpets to come in, get fitted for her gowns. Like, the girl's living her life, and she's like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. I'm getting roles. I'm getting casted. I'm already there. And it's funny because she made a comment, something like, she says, and it's not like I'm unfamiliar with this. She says, because she used to do modeling. She says, it's very familiar. And I was thinking to myself, of course it's familiar. It's not because of the modeling, but it's familiar because it's the identity. It's who she is now. And so when you choose who you are, of course it's familiar because you already have it. And it's like, how do I get familiar? No, it's when you decide who you are, the familiarity of that identity is already there. You don't have to force it. You don't have to force a feeling or none of that stuff. And I thought that was just so amazing because, wanted to share that because a lot of you guys still see yourselves as doing. What do I do? What do I think? What do I feel? What action should I take? What action should I not take? Do I not literally do anything, or are there concrete actions to take? Those are all indicators that I want you to realize of you not already being the person you said you are. Because if you are being the person who you are, you don't have questions because you're being the person. Like, you either are or you're not. Remember, I have it or I don't. I am it or I don't. The other thing I wanted to share with you is one of my friends joined me for a few days here on the island, and and this is really cool. This is the thing that I was really excited to share with you guys. And the thing that I wanted to share was that we were having a conversation just about, our personal things, and I'm not going to share those. And she was showing me pictures of her at different points of her life, and not just like related to age, but like different years, of her, but recent pictures, and doing different things and around different people. And every picture she showed me, I'm like, who the fuck is that? And she was like, what do you mean? She's like, that's me. And even the ones of her that she was much younger, I was like, it literally looks nothing like her. And then she showed me pictures of her recently, pictures that she took within days, and different people, completely different people. I'm talking her, and even her and I started laughing. We're like, oh my God, it's like her teeth look different, her nose looks different, her eyes look different, her hair looks different, the structure of her face looks different. And that's why I was sitting there. She kept showing me pictures, and I'm like, who is that? And she wouldn't believe me. She was like, "It's me." And I said, "Okay, I'm going to do something." I took a picture of her across the table from me, and I took a picture of her, and I said, "Okay, now." And then we went through this is an inverted photo. It's on the other side of the camera. I said, "Okay, well, let's take a picture in the same way of that photo that you took." So I'm like, I was removing all these little stipulations of her. Oh, it's the inversion, the camera, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, let's take the picture the exactly same way that you took those. So I took a picture of her. And then I said, "Okay, give me your phone and show me that picture again." And then I put my phone next to her phone, and I showed her. I said, "Look." And her jaw dropped. She was like, "What the fuck?" She says, "I look like a different person." I said, "I know. I told you." I said, "You look completely different." And in some photos, you can tell she was like happy. In other photos, you can tell she was like confused. It's just like all these different life things that she's been going through, right? And it's good, bad, neutral, all kinds of stuff, right? It's a variety of things. So it's not what she was doing that made her look different. It's not what she was wearing that made her look different. Because we're talking lots and lots of pictures that we're doing this with. And so it wasn't what she was doing or not doing. It wasn't who she was with or not with. It wasn't with about her hair and her makeup, because we're looking at all like, oh my God, we're talking face structure, okay? We're talking hair, teeth structure, the hair, all of it, okay? So I said, "Look at this." And then I did the same thing. Then I showed her pictures of me when I was married. I showed her pictures right after the divorce. I showed her pictures when my son was little, when he was a little baby. I showed her pictures like recently, and she was just like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "That does not look like you, Rose." And I said, "I know." And she was like, "What is going on?" And I said, "Okay, this is a perfect way to describe." I'm getting goosebumps, you guys. Okay, you guys buckle up. You guys are going to love this. This is a perfect way to describe who you really are. So when she was showing me pictures of herself, and I looked at her and I said, "Who is that?" I literally thought it was somebody's friend or sister or wife or whatever. I was like, "Who is that?" And she kept saying, "It's me." And I said, "Oh, yeah, no, that's not you." And she kept saying, "Yes, it is. It's me." So when she was saying it's me and I was saying it's me, what a lot of people confuse, and she was doing it too, is she was misunderstanding that the me is not the body. When you say that's me, that's not the body. And you guys think it's your body. It has nothing to do with your body. When you say it's me, that's your I am awareness. Hold on a second, this dude's talking loud. Okay, we're back. So she says, "Yeah, that's me," she kept thinking me, the body, me, the physical body. And I said, "No, that me is your I am awareness." And that awareness doesn't have a body. That awareness doesn't have a face or a form or a shape. I am awareness says, "This is who I am." That's your me. I am awareness. This is who I decided I am. And in all of those photos, those were literally different bodies according to her identity in that moment. It had nothing to do with age or time or hair or makeup or none of that. It's when your I am awareness, when you say me, you're not me is not this body. Me is not your name, your childhood, your high school years, how old you are. It's not all these identifiers that you think that you are. So many of you think you're caught up in this in this form and you think that's who I am. That is a projection of you, awareness, but your true identity is that me. That's why she kept saying, that's me. And I said, I understand, but that's a different identity. It's a different form. It's a different person. It's a different woman. And she was just like, holy crap. She's like, you have to do a video about this. And I said, I know, it's such a good way to describe it because it's always you. You'll never stop existing. It's always you, awareness, but you take on different forms. And even Bashar talks about that every moment that you are literally in a different body in every moment. But because you believe in continuity of time, it seems like it's the same body just evolving, losing weight, getting fatter, getting skinnier, whatever, getting more fit, getting older, all those things, getting younger. But it's literally you in a different body in every moment according to the identity that you are claiming in this moment. That's why you can appear to look different, just like that. But it's because people hang on to the body and the identity. They think me is the body. No, me is your I am awareness. And that awareness can decide what your perspective, your point of view, your character can decide what it looks like, what it feels like, what it's doing. It can decide in each moment, which is why even a lot of you comment and say, oh my God, like, how are you looking younger? And I'm like, because that's how I think. I'm forever young. I'm ageless. I'm timeless. I am that I am. I'm healthy. I'm always healthy. Every cell in my body is healthy. Whatever. It's like, and you can say that, but then you guys are like, oh, I said it and I was feeling good. And then you're back to feeling bad. You're like physically, or you look different or whatever. But your body didn't do anything. Your body is just a projection of you, who you saying you are. Your body is just a projection of the me, I am. And it's just going to do whatever you tell it to do. Your body is a servant, but your body is not a fixed construct. Your body's not a fixed constructed fact that doesn't change. Your body is projection of the identity that you are assuming. That's it. Nothing more. So I wanted to share this with you guys because every identity in every moment you shift to a new version of you. You shift to a new identity, yes, but you can physically look different. But if you insist that, no, I'm the same, no, I've had this for years, I've always had this or that, the other, it's genetic, when you start seeing, shit like that, then that's what you're going to experience. You're going to experience, looking the same in the mirror. You're going to experience feeling the same in your body. You're going to experience it. So you can sit here and stand on your soapbox and say, no, I have been identifying with it. It's like, okay, I'm not going to argue with you because your entire physical experience is a projection of you. And the other part I wanted to say this too, I was talking to another client about this yesterday, is a lot of people, and she realized this during our call, and she was like, holy shit. She said, yeah, I used to think that there was a 3D, and that the body, was projecting it out. My body was projecting it out, a 3D, and then I was trying to change my 3D experience, thinking that my body was, yes, it's a physical experience, and anytime I'm manifesting, I'm trying to project out a physical experience to have something or be with something or someone. And so I would do the inner thing in my body in awareness and then project it out for a physical experience. And I kept waiting for my physical experience to change. And when I asked her, I said, what do you mean physical experience? I said, I'm curious. I'm like, when you say I want to physically experience my thing, I said, what exactly are you meaning when you say that? Because I said, I'm curious. And she explained it to me. She says, well, for my five senses to experience the thing that I want. And I said, I see. I said, well, there is no physical experience. That's the trap, because your body, like we just discovered now, we just talked about, your body is a projection as well. So remember, the me, I am awareness, doesn't have a body. So it's projecting out your body. I am awareness is projecting out your body, and then it's experiencing your body as your body through your body, and it's experiencing the story that you're manifesting, and that you have a 3D, and that you want a physical experience. Do you see the layers, that how we separate that shit? It's like you are the me, I am awareness, and then you think you have a physical body, and then that physical body is manifesting something in your 3D to experience physically, forgetting that your own physical body is also a projection of the me, of the you, of the awareness. It all is. So there's no physical experience that you're waiting around for, because it's all you. The me, the awareness, is what's experiencing the illusion of a physical experience. But a lot of you guys think it's like, oh, physical experience, the body that manifests shit, and then awareness. Like these are three different things. Do you see? And the whole, I am in this world, but I'm not of this world. Yeah, that's the me is not of this world. That's the awareness of being. And the in this world includes your physical experience, includes your body, includes your illusion, your manifested concept of a 3D, because 3D is the manifested concept, something that the body thinks is experiencing it. And awareness is experiencing you, experiencing a 3D, and it's also experiencing you manifesting. It's like you're pretending to manifest something from the human physical point forward, instead of realizing, wait, I'm the me, I'm the awareness, I'm all of those things. So all of those things are one. They're not happening at different times. They're simultaneously happening together in unison. Yeah. Listen to this shit a few times. There's no separation. There's no physical experience. It's just me, I am awareness, experiencing everything through body, through ideas of 3D, through ideas of manifesting, through concepts, through identities, through ideas of bodies. Yeah. I got chills because I know you guys got chills, and I know this shit's going to rock your worlds. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Aloha, mahalo.